Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jaded, and you guys are watching Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson.
My album just dropped today. If you didn't know, I'm going to keep bothering people because I am not the best at promoting, but when it comes to something like this that I've worked my actual ass off on doing, I will promote it. So if you need to unfollow me, just unfollow me now. If you didn't listen to the album, don't unfollow me because that's disrespectful. Listen to it, and then if you don't like it, unfollow me. Thank you. Rude. Yeah, go listen to it because, wow, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I have not ever felt so confident about a piece of art that I've done. Yeah, just beautiful. Shout out to Dame, shout out to Platis, shout out to Rocky, shout out to AK, shout out to Knots, and huge shout out to Ai for playing the piano for Sunday. That was like a one take. That man is incredible. I think that's everyone who was involved, honestly. And shout out to Bash for the photo, for the cover art. So just, and Huda. Huda just helps me in life. I just love her.
Ladies and gentlemen, music lovers across the globe, once again, it is yours truly, the big guy with the big show. Yeah, the Lord Nelson, that is, on the CMS network with five Royals, ENT. And my sisters and brothers, get ready to be elevated by the undeniable energy and raw talent of an artist who is rewriting the rules and owning every moment with a voice that cuts through the noise, lyrics that hit the heart, and a presence that demands attention. She isn't just here to make waves, yo. She is the wave, baby. Yeah. And so whether she's delivering soulful melodies, fierce bars, or genre-bending vibes, this young lady brings a fearless authenticity to every track. She's just not following trends. She's setting them, and that's real deal. And carving out a space where emotion, style, and unapologetic truth collide. Man, I'm a writer, man. Yeah, I like that. So from underground buzz to mainstream momentum, she is proof that passion, purpose, and perseverance can light a fire the industry can't ignore. So get familiar because she isn't just next up. She's right now. So without further ado, I welcome for you the future of music, Jade. What's going on, young lady?
Hello. What an introduction.
Yo, you know I got to do it for you. You know, we family. You know what I'm saying? I can't cry this off.
No, I appreciate it. I love it. I was very poetic.
No. All of those things are true, though. You know how I feel about your talents and who you are, and it's just amazing thing to have on you. So now, I can take my old man glasses off and I can read a little bit better now like this. But I had to get through the real, So I usually I wasn't going to do this, but I'm gonna go back to this and just what to catch up because Jade has been on the show before, ladies and gentlemen. I affectionately call her 3 E's because she's cool like that. And but let the people know where you're from.
Born in Wisconsin, moved to Michigan.
Jeez, yeah.
Spent the past 10 years in Canada, near Toronto, and now in Atlanta.
Now in Atlanta, yes, indeed. She's done a few things, and so once again, what's the best thing about being from up north, Midwestern, like South? What was great about being up there?
Up north. Ooh, what was great about being up there? Forests. I feel like there was a really nice having 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, the people were cool. I feel like I didn't get to experience too much of I feel like the public and even other people other than my little group I had just because I was so young. Mm-hmm. You're talking about the States, right? Not Canada.
I'm talking about all of that, being that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, period. So I would say that for Michigan, but Canada was amazing. It was so diverse. Those were, I'm still obviously a young adult, but those were I spent a lot of my adolescent years, wonderful. I loved it up there. I felt like it was friendly, inviting. I did school up there, so a lot of my friends are up there. Just a great place to be from, I think.
Indeed. Old Canada, the six, as they say, you
as they
know.
say.
And so, I mean, you are a Drake fan, right?
I'm a Drake fan.
So Kendrick thing didn't bother you, or?
I'm a Kendrick fan. We love everyone.
You love her. Listen, she's doing what I say, man. I got love for everybody,
No, for real.
Everybody, I always say that everybody loves me. They either love me or they love to hate me, but it's all love.
That's real.
Indeed. All right. So listen, I really want to get into this amazing EP of yours, Jaded. I want to talk about it. I want to, ask you a few questions. Of course, this is always a conversation. Once again, we're family. So, you just be as open as you want to. Say whatever you want to say. It's all love. It really is. Yeah. So the album is called Jaded. Excuse me, the EP album is called Jaded. So the title, Jaded, suggests emotional weariness or growth from, past experiences. So what inspired the name and how does it reflect the overall theme of the EP?
So what inspired the name is my name. I think that's evident.
Play on words. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously my artist name is Jadeee, which is pronounced Jade. Well, I pronounce it Jade. So I thought, what a better first album to do than Jaded. Right. Especially when I was going to make my album about my first kind of like falling in love experience type of thing. I thought that would be a great idea for a title, a great theme. The music emulates it. It's very soft. It's very like relatable, raw. So that's kind of how I picked the title. If that's what you asked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I got the title. It was going to be Jaded, like Jaded with 3 E's, but I was like, no, I think that I need people to understand that the album also means the word jaded.
Right. Well, so the second part of that was this: how does the the jaded influence the how does it influence the overall theme of the EP?
Exactly what you said. Kind of just the feeling of like raw emotion, just like bringing up your past and kind of feeling, that type of like raw emotion about it. I just felt like it was the right thing to do. And it worked with my name.
You let it out, young lady. I mean,
it correlated properly.
I got you. I mean, listen, and it's all believable. It's just like, I said, it's authentic. You don't feel like it's fake. You really went in. You went to the core of who you are. So that's what makes it amazing. It really does. Because I think I'm going to go ahead and say it early. You know how I feel about it. It's an amazing project. I think that the whole world should hear this. I think every young lady out there, all them people that listen to Taylor Swift songs and all those things like that, they need to come right on over here to you.
Okay.
And vibe and get that. You need to be on that level. That's where I am. I'm going to tell you that. That's how I feel about it. So
it's very much like you can relate, like relatable, but it's like, bro, like every girl's gone through. I mean, if you haven't, you probably will. I mean, I'm not saying I wish it upon anyone, but it's just such a relatable love story.
Indeed. Listen, I like that. I like that a lot. So each track on Jaded feels emotionally charged and deeply personal. Was there a specific moment or turning point in your life that influenced the creation of this project?
Yeah, it was the whole concept of like the love story. As I told you, it was my first, I feel like it was my first experience ever like really falling for someone and kind of going through the emotions. Every song represents a different emotion I felt. Okay. It's basically like a six point notepad of the emotions I felt, the roller coaster throughout the relationship, from thinking I knew what I wanted to realizing that it's not what I need.
Right.
And that it goes in order. Like it starts kind of with like I want something healthy. I want something stable. I want something that's positive. And then you kind of get into a relationship and you're like, maybe that's not what this is, but let me just roll with it. And then It's kind of like, what's going on right now? And then you're kind of realizing that you lost who you were and you don't even know where you went wrong. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of even lost love for that person as well. And then the ending song is clarity and kind of being like, hey, I think I know my needs now, and this isn't it.
Awesome. Yeah. Beautiful ride. Beautifully said also. I love it. I really do. Yes, indeed. So sonically, the EP blends vulnerability with power. So how did you, approach balancing raw emotion with musical confidence in your sound?
I don't even know how can you word that differently? Like, how do you answer that?
Well, I'm just saying, you got that vulnerability, but it's empowering, So how did you, when you were looking at writing these lyrics and the music and incorporating everything together, how did you what was that? We know that the love and going through the relationships motivated you or whatever, but how were you strong enough to have that vulnerability and that power and put this project together to make it be as great as it is?
Yes, I honestly, sorry. I honestly had to get there. Yeah, that's my dog. I had to get there.
Hold on. She messing with my journalism skills, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a journalist, so I'm trying to keep it real. And she's just like, could you reword that for me?
I was like, that's a very profound Millie.
Millie's just like, yo, get it right.
Yo, she's a camera hog.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lord, she knows what she wants. I honestly, I know what you're saying now that you've reworded it a little different. Mm-hmm. That vulnerability took a lot. The reason I didn't even put an EP out before was because I was like, I don't want people to know how I feel. It's a lot. It's people have trouble in relationships letting that person even know what's on their heart, what's on their soul, what's on their mind. So it's like, imagine, obviously you make music and there's a lot of other musicians out there, something that's so raw and so personal to you. You're not only putting out there, but you're making it completely about your past experiences that are somewhat recent. Do you know what I mean? And then people are listening to it and they're really tuning in. Like probably every other person who listens to the album is like, who hurt you? Like, where's this from? Like, are you still, are you still dwelling on this person? Da, da, da. And I was like, now you know how I felt. Do you know what I mean? So it took a very long time to get that vulnerable notion out there to even put it out. But I realized that the more people I showed, the songs to, they were like, hey, this is really relatable and I really love this. And it's very raw. So I was just like, you know what? It obviously helps you to progress in life when you get over being uncomfortable. So that's what we did.
Wow, listen, awesome. You're growing. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
These are chapters in your book, this journey. And you got a whole lot of life to live. You got a whole lot more chapters for the world to see as far as musically, to get into. So no, it's really, as you said, the word you use, relatable, well spoken. That's what it definitely is. This album, this EP is very, very, very relatable. Mm-hmm. And not for me, ladies and gentlemen, because man, hey, listen, I'm all love. All I do is talk about it. I'm just messing around, young ladies.
Always will be.
So, which track on Jaded hits closest to your heart and why?
It's always going to be Clarity.
Clarity.
It's always going to be Clarity. It's always going to be the last track of that specific EP. Mm-hmm. That song, when I tell you, it just poured out of me. That was one of the quickest songs I've ever written.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It took me less than 30 minutes to write that song and probably do everything, find the beat, write the song. When I tell you, I was like, I'll do different things when I make music. So I'll listen to the beat first, or maybe I'll write first, or it doesn't even matter. But with that song, I heard this beat on, I think it was a YouTube beat. I do. And I was like, oh my God, that just brought something out of me. Mm-hmm. And I just let the beat play. I didn't even repeat it. Mm-hmm. The beat's playing. I just start writing and writing and writing and writing. And I'm singing in my head as I'm writing. And then I stop halfway through. I record what I had, play it. I'm like, I love it. Do the other half. It's done. Called my best friend. I was like, I think I just made a hit. And then, but that song just poured out of me. It was really like the notes. It was the chord progression they used. It was like, there was like a sort of, what is it? What nostalgia with it. I had heard before. I couldn't like, more like a deja vu. It was just very, very hit my soul. So I was like, this song is going to be part of my soul. Like the other songs are like relatable, this, that, like I thought about it. But this song, I was like, it's just pouring out of me. Like this was representing Jade as an artist, like very soft, very elegant, very smooth, very raw, like just very soulful.
Awesome. Well, you know, young lady, you're so talented, and you know, with all your previous work, you've done so many things, you know, more up-tempo songs or whatever. And I just, once again, your vocals are just special. And you know, I've always related it to your Sade's and other people like that. But I just still think that you still have your own lane. And of course, we love, you know, a Sade, and we love those other artists, the Anita Bakers and all those like that. I just think that you have a way of singing, a way of putting it out there, and we're just receiving it. You know, my wife and I, of course, you know, we put it in and we just drove around. And you know, my wife is a hard sell with people. But
she sure.
She was just like, she's so talented. This is so good. And I'm looking at her like, oh, really? You like this like that? She was like, yes. She don't even like music like that. So that lets me know that you really got to her and touched her in a way. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I just know that you're super talented. Ladies and gentlemen, she plays many instruments. She writes, she sings, of course. She's one of those super talented people. And yeah. So let's continue. So did you approach the writing and recording of Jaded differently than your previous work? And what evolved creatively for you during this project? Did you work with some different people? So, you know.
Right. No, I approached it different because I actually put it out. I'll say that. I have a lot of unreleased stuff, as a lot of musicians do. This specific project I worked on with a good friend of mine named Dame. He's an amazing producer, DJ. He honestly, what happened was I was like, yeah, I'm going to put an album out 3 years ago. 2 years ago, I'm going to put an album out. Last year, I'm going to put an album out. This year, I was like, I'm going to put an album out. I got in that, last year was when I got in the car crash, and I was like, hey, I need to put an album out. If anything, I need to just release all the songs I need people to hear. And then it took until like the beginning of this year for one day, like Dave called me out of nowhere, and he was just like, Jay, what are you doing? and I like really value like his opinion on things. Like I've known him for a few years now. He's just always like had a really super unique opinion on things. And he was just like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just chilling, you know, at home with my girl. And he's like, no, what are you doing? Like you've been talking about putting an album out, and if you're serious, I'll help you right now. Awesome. And I was like, mind you, this man don't have time for nothing. He don't have time for nothing. Can barely get a hold of this guy. And I was like, are you serious? He goes, yep. Like, if you want to put an album out, I will help you. I'll help you get the money together. I will help you get the people. I will help you get the videographers, photographers, everything you need for this album. But you have to be serious. And I said, okay. And I just locked in that day. That day, I went on I'm trying to find it. I got my whiteboard out. Sent him photos. The next day, talking to people he had just networked with me with. And within a month and a half.
Rolling.
Yes. A month and a half, the album was done.
Listen, that's awesome. That's the way it should be. It was organic. Yeah. Man, I love that. And what you said the young man's name again is?
He goes by Dame.
Say it one more time for me.
Dame.
You said Dave or Dame? Dame,
like Dame, like D-A-M-E.
Yeah, Dame. I thought you said another part. I thought you said a part of his name the first, because I want to get it right. Because of course my man is super talented. So, but Dame, you know.
Yeah, and then he hooked me up with Platt, and Platt is a producer who was like, "Yo, I really mess with this sound.
Yeah,
let's get this together." And he was like, yeah, he put his expertise in, and voila. We got an EP.
Yeah, well, listen, young men, both of y'all dope as could be, man. You guys did a great job.
Right.
Yeah, getting behind this young lady was a great move. I'm trying to tell you. We know it to be the truth. So the EP feels like a journey through heartbreak, right? Healing and self-realization. And you did it well, putting the tracks together. So was there a particular message you wanted listeners to walk away with after hearing it?
Yeah, I was just talking about this with someone, and I had to really reflect and be like, just the idea that vulnerability allows you to progress so much quicker than when you hold things in and when you're not able to actually like feel and be yourself. Like letting this album out it's only been like 2-3 months since it's really been done.
Yeah.
I feel like a different person in regards to like how I want to look back and view myself. I want to be the person that I say I am, not the person I think I am. Do you know what I mean? Like, and this album, I feel like allows me to kind of like remember what I told myself, remember what I want, who the person I want to be, remember how I want to live my life. So if I ever have a question again, just listen to this, in that specific subject, listen to this album and be like, no, these are your boundaries. This is what you set for yourself. This is what you need to follow. So I feel like that vulnerability has just allowed me again to progress and just be, learn that you need to in order to grow. And it's just so important. Like people always talk about like, oh yeah, be vulnerable. Like it's a strength. It is a strength, my guy. Like when I say strength, I don't mean like, oh, cry whenever you want. Cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, just learn yourself enough to be real with yourself. Like learn yourself enough to be like, crap, I'm not the person I thought I was because I wasn't able to be vulnerable with myself. So now that I'm able to put these words onto a sheet of music and actually like sing them or like listen to them and feel them, and I can actually be like, oh crap, that's how I feel. Let me figure out like the root of the cause or how I can go around that or be that or, diverge from that. If that makes sense. I feel like I'm getting off traffic.
No, you're good.
Off topic, but yeah.
Now you listen. I want you to talk. I want you. Listen. You can frequency hop. You can go wherever you want to because just right there in that moment, I was so into what you were saying. I'm just like, no. Keep talking about it because
I don't know.
No, you were speaking with passion about what you're doing. And so that's what we need here. And anytime people are on podcasts and things like that, I just want to have a great conversation. I just want to say that always, I just want you to feel comfortable. I want you to speak your truth because this is all about you. This is not about anybody else. This is about you. This is about the EP Jaded and how great it is and how great I believe it is. But it's all about you. So I want you to talk that talk and do what you do. And so let me go to this. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but I want you to speak on it a little bit more if you can. So collaboration is often key in bringing a vision to life. So were there any producers, which we kind of talked about, writers or musicians who helped shape Jaded in a major way? I know it was mostly you, but was there anybody else that really helped you? But I know somebody played like piano or something,
I think, yes. IE did piano for Sunday, which was awesome.
Right.
I gotta give a shout out to IE. I'm gonna say this every time. IE, Rocky, Platt, Dame, AK, Nuts. All those people, making sure I didn't forget anyone. All those people were contributed to engineering. A lot of that helped me record and everything kind of that. Millie, come here.
Millie Rock.
I know, she's doing too much. I think someone's here. All those people helped kind of shape it, I guess. Trying to think. There was like, I feel like I had a really good conversation. He probably doesn't remember this, but with AK specifically, one of the producers I worked with, and he was just telling me, he's like, oh, I just love how raw everything is. And he just kept like amplifying it. He's like, as a man, like, I really love this. Like, I love how you can truly be like how you feel and stuff like that. So I was just like, okay, it's really cool to have a man's perspective on that because,
Right.
Yeah. So I know that I definitely had some good talks with him about it. Yeah. All those people, those were involved in the making of it. There's a lot of other people I could shout out. I just don't want to.
You don't want to miss anybody. I got you. No, you just had a. The thing is that I believe that you had a great team behind you, or you have a great team behind you, and that is really needed in this business that is so crazy right now. You know, it's not the same like when I was younger. You know, things have changed so much, but you're out there handling it, and you have handled your business side also, which I'm proud of you, young lady. I applaud you for that. You're out there doing your thing. Actually, Jade, I mean, you know, I just think it's dope as could be. You just handling business. You know, I'm serious. I'm proud of you. And I want to see the very, very best for you. I want you to ascend to those Olympian heights. You know, you deserve the gold medals and everything like that, you know?
Appreciate it.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So the vulnerability in your lyrics is really striking. Were there any moments where you hesitated to share certain truths? And what pushed you to go there?
Oh yeah. Those things I didn't share. So I didn't go there. Some things you just want to keep close to your heart. If you're ready one day to put those things out, go ahead. But there's definitely things where I'm like, nah, that's between me and my heart and whoever knows that. But there's certain things that it's not even like I'm not over. It's just like, am I ready to kind of like allow that? It like was closer to my heart than I realized, I can say.
I got you.
So I didn't push myself to do that. But even the idea of putting these songs out, that was a lot. Like that was a very vulnerable thing for me. The other songs I have out, you obviously know, like they're more pop songs. So it's like, oh, we're having fun. We're cool. We're like, you know, vibing. This one's like, I'm sad. Like, I'm broke in my heart. Like, let me talk about it. But there's certain things I'm like, you know, when you make a song and you put it out, you kind of think like, damn, does that person know it's about them? Or like, does that person even know I felt that way? I definitely have those thoughts, but not too much anymore.
Yeah. Well, this is healing for you also. You know, when you're able to speak this way, it gets those things out. You're able to release, you know, and that's a lot of times. I'm just telling you that to me, you know, music is the greatest thing in the world to me. I love music so much. And I know that anytime I'm feeling a certain way, I just get in my vehicle or I just turn to music. And, you know, music is our first therapist. You know, music is our first therapist. Now, of course, some of us have gone to therapy, but music is that first therapy, which it just takes you to another place. It time machines you. It can make you cry. It can make you happy, but there's nothing greater than music. That's just my opinion. That's the Lord speaking of how I love music. So when you're doing an EP as such, and it's really going to touch people, and I'm sure that you've already seen it and heard it from friends and family and fans, how much that is really resonating with them. So once again, you just have done a great, great, great job. And, you know, I love it. I love it. I really do. So, from visuals to vocals, Jaded is a cohesive statement. So how involved were you in shaping the aesthetics and visual identity of the project? Looking at the photo and, you know what I'm saying, with the rose and you know, just all the stuff behind me. So, you know.
We were going to go, if you want me to be honest, it was really all so last minute. We were going to go with a completely different look. We were going to go with like fur. It was interesting. The idea was interesting. We were going to go with like the green jacket was always a good idea. We like the fur. We like the idea of it kind of being, I don't know if we want to call it mysterious, but kind of just being bougie, but also like soft. We like that. But we were going to do a maroon straight haired look on me. Bold as hell. Don't really know where it came from, but that was the idea with a very like soft makeup look. So it kind of gave bold, but like around a bunch of softness.
Okay.
And then last minute, I was like, what the hell am I thinking? That's crazy. That's ridiculous. The whole idea is Jaded. The idea is I'm Jade. Green should be in it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I'm soft. Soft is not red. Soft is yellow and orange and sunset colors.
Right.
So the day before, I bought a different hair color. And I was like, we're doing this one instead. we're going to do a soft blonde because I don't know why we would do this. And I work with my girl, one of my best friends. Her name's Huda. She kind of is like, gives me like the yes or no because I really like her aesthetic.
Right.
And I was just like, hey, do you think this is a good idea? And she helped. I had my friend Bree help with the hair. Huda helped kind of design everything. We chose the accessories together, the outfit. And then we have a friend with a photography space, and he hooked us up with the photos and helped us out with that. But the aesthetic was just going to be soft. It was actually going to be an orange lighting, but we ended up really liking the clean look more. So yeah, it was very last minute, and it was really just based off my two friends who were like, this accessory, this hairdo, this, what we wanted it to look soft. It was supposed to be bold and have a soft background, but we decided soft. So that's why we went with blonde. We went with very light makeup. We went with yeah.
I think that works for you though, because it's so much more inviting. Listen,
Yes.
when you said like the green, if you said a green fur, right? And then, but I was saying to myself, like, okay, jade is a green gem, you know? So I mean, I could get it, but what you've done right here and like right there behind me and you know, just with the lyrics right there, I not think it works. I know it works. And so I just think that people are going to be able to embrace those visuals, and it complements your music and your lyrics very, very well. So that was a good executive decision that you made.
Very loud. I like the idea of red hair. My friends did. And then that last minute, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, be realistic.
Yeah. Shout out to your team. You got your team. You got your glam team. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. This young lady is next level, man. She ain't playing around. She's doing work.
Thanks.
She's handling business. Okay, so let's say this right here. If Jaded were in conversation with your past self, what do you think she'd say back to you after hearing this EP?
What would younger me say to older me listening to the album?
Yeah, after listening to Jaded.
She would probably be like, why did you put yourself through that? What would she say? Well, I think she'd still be confused. She'd be like, I would never do that. I think she'd still be like, I wouldn't be that naive, you know? Like you don't really know how strong attachment, love, lust is until you experience it. And I feel like any kid who kind of is like listens to these, watches these, you know, love story movies, listens to these songs where you get so attached, like I'd kill somebody for you. You're like, what? Come on now, like that's crazy. So I don't think I'd understand it. I think I had to go through this to be like, damn, okay, I get it. So
of course.
I think I'd be like, this is so pretty, but girl, don't do that. And I would like older me would just be like, hey, cool. Well,
yeah. Well, you know, hindsight's 2020, as they say. But the thing is that you had to go through these things to know it. You know, I always tell people you got to have the bad to know how great good is. So, you know, you got to know it. How would you know if everything was good? How would you know it was good?
I know.
You got to know some bad things. So I once again, I just think it's a part of your journey, and it's a great thing. So, what makes Jaded? Not Jaded. What makes Jade a must watch and listen?
What makes Jade a must watch and listen?
Yeah, what makes you a much watch and listen? Get on your soapbox. I want to hear it. Talk that talk. What makes you so great? Because I already know, but what makes you so great in your mind?
I do think my tone's super unique. It took me years to realize that, but I do think it's super unique. I think that tone hits your soul differently.
Yeah.
When you listen to it. And I think that is the biggest breakaway or the biggest standout for me from other artists is the tone. I think there's a lot, I'm trying to think because there's a lot of musicians that are soft. There's a lot of musicians that are girly. There's a lot of musicians that are, you know, try to convey the message of vulnerability and stuff. But I really am going to have to stick with tone. I do like the idea that there are certain boundaries I want in my music. Certain songs I don't want to like hop on because the image I want to portray in regards to like my morale. But other than that, I feel like that's the standout for me is the tone.
Tone, and I love
Honestly,
it now. Yeah, no. It's one of those things that it pleasures the ears so well.
Yeah. It hit, what is it, the chakras? It hits your chakra different.
There it is. You into
The thing. I heard a whole Kanye speech about that.
Hey, listen, man, Sonics is something else, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
That's why I should say music is the ultimate to me. It's the ultimate to me. It's the high of all highs, 100%. So, what does success look like to you, young lady?
Success looks like to me, for me, when I can successfully live off of my music. I don't need a certain level of fame to come with it. If it does, cool, I guess. But more so, it's just the idea of I want to be able to not, like, you want to live off what you love, and this is what I love. It's really that simple. I want to, like, being relatable and allowing people to feel things, knowing they're not alone is super important to me as well. But, like, in regards to success, yeah, and just being myself throughout it all would be a success as well. Understanding myself and keeping that version of myself that I need and I inherently know that I am, that would be a success as well.
Awesome. I mean, I love it. I love it. See, I just feel, I've seen your growth.
You have.
I feel that you are in such a great place knowing who you are and what you have to offer the world and offer yourself also, because it starts with that loving of self first. And I always say, if you deal with the inside first, the outside is going to be easy. You're feeling good on the inside, man. You can handle all the stuff on the outside, but that inside is so, so important. And I could just, once again, I could see your growth and I could see you doing what you do and doing it well. Because you can do anything. You and I have had a conversation. You can do up tempo, you can do mid tempo, you could do the soft and lovely and beautiful. There's nothing that you can't do because you're that talented. And I'm not just saying that because I know you. I just want to give you those flowers. I think you deserve that. And, from the first time that I heard you, I was just like, okay, she's something special. As I said before, she's next level nice, most definitely. So I just got to big you up always. And I appreciate you. I really, really do. So what can we expect from Jade for the remainder of 2025?
What can we expect from Jade? You can expect her to push this album still.
Awesome.
It's like she's doing.
Yes.
I have my open verse contest I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So that'll be, And then I have my release party, which I hope you're coming to. Okay. I'm not gonna threaten you or nothing, but it's on August 10th. It's open to the public, so I'm gonna definitely make that post as well. And I haven't actually planned out after the end of summer, but I'm definitely going to use the summer to push the album and maybe drop a single by the end.
Hey, awesome. Well, looking forward to that, no doubt. So what was the last song you listened to, young lady?
Healthy. My track, I was listening to it in the car, eating Chipotle.
You said you were just listening to Healthy?
Yeah, in the car while I was eating Chipotle. Because I've been listening to the open verses I've been getting sent.
No, that's all. So have you listened? Because I'm when I put this out, I'm gonna put that promo on here also.
Okay, cool.
So have you been getting a lot of traction from that?
Yeah, TikTok mostly, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah,
awesome.
When I did it last time, it was mostly Instagram, but now TikTok, people are like, hey, met you off TikTok, would love this opportunity. And I was like, awesome. Here's the link, So I've gotten things back where I'm like, whoa, you did this? So that's fun. Cool, always nice, always really cool to see your track, what someone else has done for your track, especially when you don't know them and don't expect it. So
well, I'm gonna tell you, I said, no, I can't do it. I want to give everybody else out there the opportunity. Because I was about to say, like, if I do it, it's going to be over. It's going to be like, and then people will be like, well, you know her. So she was never. I was just like, no, I'm just super dope, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see me? Let me get my eyes big because a lot of people think I'm high when I'm doing these shows and stuff. It's just the light that's got me like this. But I'm trying to tell you, the Lord.
that's the energy I need.
Nelson, that is that God.
That's what I need.
Anyway, so listen, I just want to run down once again. Let's run down the tracks right quick. We got Healthy. We got Sunday, the piano version. We have Another Face. We have Go Wrong. We have Love Lost. And we have Clarity. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say this. This young lady is so talented. And all of you big stars out there or anybody out there, I believe she, you can hire her to get on your song. I mean, she got on one of our songs, being, the incredible Matt Acevedo, MMA, the magnificent Matt Acevedo, for the song Drive for Plastic Catastrophe with Lord Nelson, which is so dope. She blessed us with it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm serious. Thank you very much. And the response that we got from people, and that it added so much to the song. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you need, I'm just going to speak for her. She hadn't even told me if she does it or not. But all of you stars, I don't care if it's Beyonce or anybody out there, if you need greatness on your track, somebody who can sing also, man, you need to hire this young lady. Don't play with her. She's about her business and handling business, man. I just had to say that. I just want to give you that.
I love that.
Give you that love. So,
and yes, of course I would. Of course.
Well, listen, I thank you very much. And I gotta close it out in a proper way, but we're gonna do it like this. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, raw, real, and straight from the heart. Jade isn't just making music, yo. She's creating moments, telling stories, and giving voice to emotions we've all felt, but couldn't always express. But she's expressed it really nicely in this EP, man. Mm-hmm. And even on this podcast. Jaded is more than an EP. It's a statement, a reflection, and a bold chapter in the journey of an artist who refuses to hold back. Jade is doing work, man. So from her fearless honesty to her undeniable presence, Jade continues to prove that she's not here to fit in. She's here to stand out, and she's doing it with grace, grit, and greatness. Showing up and showing out, man, most definitely. So if you haven't already, it's time to download. You know how to say that. It's a download it, Stream, subscribe, share, like, love, and bump Jaded front to back. Let it live with you. And remember the name Jade with 3 E's. I call her 3 E's, man, because she's cool like that, man. And so, because this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And Jade's story is one the world truly needs, man, no doubt. So, much love and respect to the one and only Jade. Thank you for being here, young lady.
Of course. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. And as always, thank you for taking the time to spend some time with the big guy. And until next time, stay real, stay inspired, and stay tuned, man. I'm good, man. Look at the kind of guests I have on my show, man.
Okay.
Doing our very best to lead with love while moving forward with faith. You got to do that, most definitely, man. That's my take on it, man. Yo, so thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again. It's the Lord Nelson, that is, with my amazing guest, Jay. Thank you so much, young lady.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I have some super exciting news for everybody. I am having an open verse challenge for the first track of my new EP that I just dropped last month, June 6th. So here's how it's gonna go. I left the second verse wide open, and I wanna hear your voice on it. The winner of this open verse is going to actually be on the next single I drop, which is gonna be a remix version of Healthy. So I'm just super excited to see what y'all do, and I'm gonna give you guys 1 whole month. Thank you guys, and I'm excited to see what y'all do.
Healthy one. Don't come to me about no situationship. You probably call me a bitch.
Turn it up.
You are now rocking with Live and Loud with the Lord.
Nelson, that is.
Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson, that is.